In education, creativity is as important now as literacy and numeracy. We are facing a revolution in the way that we live, how we are in our living, and how we relate to each other. This is global in character and may prove to be more powerful than even the Industrial Revolution. To meet the challenges of this future, we simply have to become more creative, more innovative, and more flexible. There's a misconception that you're either creative or you're not, and there's not much you can do about it. We, in fact, at Young Audiences believe everybody has immense creative capacities.
You don't have to have a big voice to make a big difference.
If one person messes up, then everybody messes up. If one person falls down, then everybody falls down, all right?
We're trying to teach you American Indian or Native American.
Now, how many of you could really feel it in your bodies?
If they were going to crack, they'd have cracked on the first firing, and I have to tell you, your heads came through in fine style.
I don't see a separation between the arts and between life. But I do see that there is that separation in much of our society and much of our community. The arts is one thing, and life is something else. What I think people don't understand is that life and art are completely intertwined. And the place that they interface is in history, is in story, is in culture. And it's critically important that we take our art form and take it out to children.
One of the most important things is for the arts and the artist to be visible to children. Children don't broaden their world without experience. Their exposure to the practicing artist is an important part of forming that vision inside themselves, that this might be something that I could do someday, or that my interior desire to create something or to produce something is something that doesn't have to be secondary in my life. It can be very primary in my life and can become an important part of what I do.
Young Audience is a catalog, it's a menu, it's a way that teachers, educators can look through a variety of offerings and choose the ones that are most appropriate to their student body. Since we've been involved in it, our whole program has just kind of blossomed, and great other artists that we're associated with. The whole thing is just a wonderful program. It's a real powerful asset to this community.
Young Audiences is the oldest arts and education organization in Oregon and Southwest Washington. We identify and train over 200 artists to bring a wide variety of arts experiences to our students every day. This includes performances, workshops, artist residencies, and even field trips. We also provide ongoing teacher and artist training to make sure that they're the best in the classroom. We provide an opportunity for schools to raise funds for the arts through our Run for the Arts program. We do it all.
So I counted 1, 2, 3. Gotta say jump. Jump. Gotta say it louder. Jump.
I'm a storyteller, and I've been working in the schools through Young Audiences for about 10 years now. One of the things I try to pass on is an appreciation, a love for spoken language. That's part of what storytelling is. It's just the beauty of the sound of words.
I said, Jack, you got a walking fish!
So after an hour or so of storytelling, they'll go back into the classroom and be filled with ideas and images that they can get down on paper.
There are many children, I was one of them, who aren't reached necessarily by the way they're taught in school. I have a great belief that any art the children see is intrinsically teaching them something. But what I've learned from the teaching part of young audiences is to how to make that more specific, how to perhaps get that point to them a little better.
I was remembering a boy that I met down in Woodburn who had come from Mexico not long ago. And I didn't realize this, but he hadn't spoken very much in the classroom. And I tell participation stories. And I said, is there anybody that could help me out telling a story? And his hand shot up. And so immediately I just said, you know, come on, you could participate, you know. So he's standing there next to me. And I looked around at the rest of the classroom and everyone's kind of like, you know, looking at him like this is some big surprise. And so we start the story and I give him lines to speak and he's speaking, and part of the story is in English and part of it is in Spanish. But he's a wonderful storyteller and he has a great presence up there on the stage. And we finish and then his teacher comes up and says, he hasn't talked in 3 months.
One of the things that's wonderful is that your partnerships with schools bring joy to schools. They bring fun and activity and creativity and energy. And they're the kinds of things that kids look back on and remember about being in school. I rarely have a kid say, gee, I really remember my algebra teacher. But they will frequently say, I remember the musical we did, or I remember the class project that we did with an artist. And I think it just adds so much enrichment to the outcomes of education.